So today we'll start our class with a new data type. It's a string, and what are the operations that can be allowed on a string data type. So we'll read about what is actually a string data type, how it is being declared, what are the different operations that can be done, and we'll do some sample programs over here so that we could able to know that how to handle the strings. The strings are immutable. The strings are called immutable. The first thing we must understand what do you mean by mutable and immutable. The mutable means the values can be changed. If it can be changed, it's mutable. If it cannot be modified, then it is immutable. For example, I have a string, suppose I love Python. This is the string. I want to modify the first location to U. See over here, this is my string. If I want to try to modify directly by writing str of 0 equals to U, this gives an error. This gives an error over here. Print str will give an error over here. Because the error should be over here. I have written it should be over here actually. So it will not allow to modify the string. Correct? If you want to check, I will show you. Just see over here, suppose str equals to this is a string that I have taken, correct? So this is str. I want to change the first location. So first location I will access this one, and I want to change, suppose you love Python, correct? Now see, it is giving an error. str object doesn't support item assignment, so you cannot assign item over here. It is immutable. It cannot be changed. Content cannot be changed. However, we can write in this way. You can write in this way. For example, U plus str of this one you see. You can write in this way. I can go for so suppose I write str of 2 equals to U plus C plus str1 of this one. str1 not 1, str of 1 comma. What I am doing over here, I am adding a string from 1 onwards. So the index is starting from 0. The index is starting from 0. So this is 0, this is 1, this space is 1, then it is 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So what I am in str2, what will be stored? U will be stored. The first character is U. Then from 1 onwards, that means from space onwards, all will be stored. So now there must be some str is not defined. Maybe str somewhere. So capital str. Okay, str equals to, I have written U plus str of 1 colon. So all the characters from 1 onwards, I print it over here. Correct? So look over here, what I have done, it is just concatenate of some two strings, and I initialize the second string. So I cannot change directly over here in this way. So it is not mutable. Strings are not mutable, but we can modify and we can do it in this way. Now thing is that what will be the address of the string? Just look over here. Suppose I have a string hello, two strings are there. Both the strings point to the same, both the variables, string variables point to the same string. Are you getting me? Both variables, we have stored the string, same string. What it will, what will be the address of those? This is the ID of that object. So what will be the object ID of that object? So can you tell what is the object? Suppose I have, suppose this is, I have written
the same address.
Same address. Why it is there? Why it is same address?
Because the contents are same. Because the contents are same.
Does it? But does it happen? Does it happen in other language? C, C++, Java, whatever you have read? Is it like that?
No, sir. No. No, sir. No, sir.
No, it is not like that. But here you see print ID of str1 and print ID of str2. See, both have a same address. That also I have discussed earlier. If I take a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 10, I want to print the address of
I
a.
could not get this part.
Hello?
Sir, I could not get this part.
See over here. I have, this is a variable where I have stored hello. The second part, second variable also stores the hello. If I want to print the address of these objects, str1 is object over here. I want to print the address of that. ID is the function to print the address. So what it actually contains str1 is containing this hello. Suppose this is the address it gives. So once the address is assigned to this string, the next time even if it is assigned to another object, but it is printing the same address. So that means extra memory space is not created. Both variables are, both objects are pointing to the same string. You can see over here, both the address, these addresses are same because the strings are same. So that is taken care by the Python, that if you have multiple strings, same multiple variables or multiple objects assigned with the same string, then no separate memory allocation for all the variables. But that doesn't happen in other languages. Suppose you go for C language and you write like this, then separate memory location for first one, separate memory location for second one. This will take 1, 3 to 5 characters. This will take again 5 characters. But that doesn't happen in Python. So that memory management is very efficient over here. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Even if even if you declare 10, suppose a equals to 10, b equals to 10, c equals to 10, d equals to 10, you declare 100 variables with the value 10. All variables will not take the separate memory space, but rather all will point to the same object. If you print the ID of that variables, you will see all having the same address. I have already given you in the first or second class, I have already explained. Correct? So strings are also pointing to the same location. Okay. Now, this is a thing, suppose I have, I want to print the ASCII value or Unicode character of a variable. I want to print the Unicode value of a variable. So, let's see over here. I have the first one is print apple equals to apple. Just look what. Now can you guess and say what will be the output of these three? What will be the output of
false,
these?
sir. The first one is false, second one is true.
First one is false because the first character and this character doesn't match. This is small a and this is capital A. Correct?
Last one 65 and 90.
The ORD function returns the ASCII value or Unicode of the character. So you just capital A is 65 and small a is 97. So that will return. So let me save somewhere. Paste one. So we can see over here false true, and Unicode of A is how much? 65 and small a is how much? Is the 97. So wherever you require the ASCII code to be printed, you can use the ORD function. You can use the ORD function. Correct? Why this is giving true? Second one is giving true because this small a ASCII ORD value is 97, whereas the ORD value of a is 65. So therefore it says that is greater. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for Python string comparison can be performed using equality and comparison operators. It is performed using characters in both the strings. So we have, suppose we are comparing two strings by using these operators: equals to, less than, greater than, less than, equals to, greater than, equals to, not equals to, like this some operator, comparison or logical operator I am using. If they are being compared, actually they are being compared character wise. They are being compared characters. So it is performed using the characters in both the strings. The characters in both the strings are compared one by one. When different characters are found, then their Unicode value is compared. So if they are not matching, then what is their Unicode? Whoever having the Unicode value more, that will return as the greater. The character with lower Unicode value is considered to be smaller. So therefore, in our previous example, capital A gives value A gives a smaller value as compared to the small a. Look into the comparison that we have done in the right hand side, the string comparison. Suppose I have two strings, S1 equals to this and S2 equals to this. You see both are A, B, C, D. One is in lowercase characters and second one is in uppercase character. So if you compare S1 with S2, what it will give? If S1 is greater than S2, it is true. Why it is there? Because as I said, it is being the character wise comparison. First one is 97, second one is 65. Here the difference, and this gives S1 is greater than S2. Once the first one is not matching, it will stop over there and it will give a true or false. It doesn't need to be continued for the further characters.
So this will check only one or all the.
Now it will go on comparing from left. Wherever match is not found, it will stop over there. Suppose I will write small a over here. If I write small a, the first one matches, second one doesn't match, so it will stop over here. It will not continue further because it has got the comparison is over. It will return that whether it is greater, less, same, or not equals to, like that it will return. So if S1 equals to S2, obviously it gives the false. Correct. Now look over here. The fruit 1 equals to apple. Suppose this is the string that I have taken. Now look into these commands and say that whether it is true or false.
Sir, the last comparison should be true.
Fruit 1.
Yes, sir. The last
One
comparison.
Last comparison should be. Oh, I forgot to use that capital word. Okay. I have used some other character.
Sir, the third one is FPL only written.
Which one?
The third one, it's not Apple, it's APPL was written in the third one.
Oh, okay. Did give you the. So now we can see both the true and the false values. You can see the comparison. Just a second. One second. Coach. Okay. Hello. Huh. So I think this one is clear or not? Hello everyone. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, clear.
So now look into this one other example. It says that this is my string. This is suppose the string is A, B, C, D, E, F. I count the length of the string. What I do for I count, or what is I count? I count is 0. So I count in a range of my count. So if my what will be my count? My count is how much? 6. Because the length is 6, so it is 6. So it will range from 0 to 5. The range is from 0 to 5. Correct? So it will print that which character is in which index. Is it understood? It prints what it is printing. The I count. I count means it will print 0. In 0 which character, in 1 which character, 2 which character. So it is printing the I count and it is printing the character present at I count. Is it understood? Is it understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Just see
Yes,
over
sir.
Yes, sir.
just see over here in which index which character is there. So that means from here we could able to know the string index is starting from 0 itself. Starting from 0 itself. Just look into this string, a string of can you guess the output? What will be the output of this one? What will be the output of this one? Print string of 1. So that it will print 1. but that one is not a number, that will be a string. So str function is used to convert that integer to a string. Second one, it will print this 1.21a. However, 1.2 is actually it's a character. It's a character. Now it is being converted. So see over here, the first one is 1, but it is in form of string actually. So you cannot do any mathematical operation. 1 plus 5, that cannot be done. Second one is 1 float and character, but I change it to string. So these are actually now in a list with 2. Actually, these are 2 characters. This is a string and this is also another string. Because it is being the list itself is converted to string. And third one is str of space, so it is just printing the space over there. Correct? So str function converts a integer or a float value or a value to character equivalent, to its character. Now look into this out. This is another program. Just look over here and say,
Sir,
yes, any doubt?
yes, sir, previous slide. Sir.
Now say any doubt over here?
Sir, in the second program, it is required icon.
The second one, which one? This first program or this second one? Which one? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Which problem? Which program and where your problem? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can type on the message box. Okay, you type. In the meantime, we will continue for the next. So look over here. Not required. Is it required to declare I count equals to 0 over here in the previous slide? So not required to be declared I count. Here I have declared, not necessarily actually to declare, because it will by default starting from 0 location, because the range is from 0. So I count may not be declared. I just have declared in that way. Not necessary to be declared. Okay, now look into this code and say what will be the output of this code. I input a string. I found the length of the string. I initially S1 equals to S2 equals to space. Initially nothing is there in S1 and S2. X is in range of L. What is L? L is the length of the string. X is in range of L. So X will be from 0, 1, 2 up to the L minus 1. It will go up to that. So what it will do? What will be the output of this?
Sir, in the string S1, the odd character, index characters will be placed, and in the string S2, even index characters will be placed.
Correct, but this is the reverse one. First one S1 all even and second one all odd characters, right? If it is divisible,
yes sir, yes sir.
I have written reverse way actually. It should be this is what this is the string that I have inputted. This is the string I have inputted. If it is x modulo 2 equals to 0, it is stored over here in S1. So it is actually added to the S1. all the characters are added to the S1, otherwise it is being added to the S2. So these characters are being, you can see over here, correct? Now look into this code. This is simple. For x in the range of 5, so x is in range of x, value of x will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, y is equal to x plus 1. So every time y equals to x plus 1 it is doing. Now what is doing? Print y into str of y. So str of y is what? Str of y is that number which has been computed. That number will be multiplied by y times. Do you remember, if I write silicon into 4, what it will give? Print silicon into 4. Silicon will be printed 4 times.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So here it is y into str of y. So whatever the y will be, for that number of times, that's the same, has to be printed. Correct? So for every time when x equals to 1, when x, suppose x equals to 0, y will become 1. So 1 will be printed once. Then when x becomes 1, y becomes 2. So 2 will be printed 2 times. Is it understood what I'm saying? When x becomes 2, y becomes 3, and 3 will be printed 3 times.
3 times. Yes, sir.
Got it, sir.
Got it? So if you would have written the same program using C language, then you would be requiring 2 loops, one for x, for row and column you would have taken, and then you have to, now you have only 1 loop and you are doing this.
So one more time.
Okay, just see over here, what will be the value of x? If I write x in range of 5, so what will be the value of x? X will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 to 4. So when x equals to 0, what is the value of y? 0 plus 1. That means when x equals to 0, y will become 1. When x is 1, y becomes 2. When x is 2, y is 3. Correct? So for every time, what I am printing? I am printing y into, suppose y is 1. So 1 will be printed 1 time. When y becomes 2, 2 will become 2 times. When y becomes 3, 3 will be printed 3 times. Now I will say why we have made it str of y, because str of y will make it a string, and then only it can be multiplied with this one, so that it will be repeated for that number of times. So that logic we have used. So this is the beauty of Python. Actually, the code is now being sorted. You do not have to write the entire logic that you used to write in other languages. So writing Python code is actually a different way of writing as compared to the writing other codes. You could write efficient programs, simple in a smaller code, less number of codes you could have used instead of writing very large number of. Here the same output I could have got by using some other way, by writing two different loops. Now it is saying not required you to go for 2 different loops. I can do it in this way. So now can you see over here what will be the output? My inputted string is this one, and to reverse it, what I have done, to reverse the string, I don't have to do anything. I simply write start is what? Start is null. Start and stop I have not given. But the step is -1. But the step is -1. So if it step is -1, so that means it will start from the end of the string. Correct? So it will start storing in this way, and my string is reversed. Correct? I don't have to put any logic over here to reverse my string. How beautiful it is being done. I simply write no start stop. I just given the step value -1. So it understands that as the value is -1, I have to, it is from the decreasing order. So it will start from the end, store it in another string. So this is my input string and this is my reverse string. If I want to check whether it is a palindrome or not, I can check it by, it is simple, by using some comparison operator. Correct? So to reverse a string, you could have to use a lot of lines to write a code. Or you will say, even if you use a function in the str REB function in C language, still you need to have included a header file that will take much space, you know. And again, you have a function call, no function call over here. Simply in a list, I just have to write in this way. Correct? So this is, just look over here, the input string and the reverse string, this doesn't map, and therefore it is saying it is not a palindrome. Correct? So these things you can execute of your own to check. Look into this comparison. I have already told you, if you suppose it's a boy, is the boy is less than girl? Is the boy is less than girl? It says that you go on comparing with this character by character, and B and G, B comes first as compared to G. So this ASCII value is less, therefore it is true. But if I change it to capital B and this is small b has more value, ASCII value, so therefore it is returning true. And girl and boy, you can see this is capital G and this is B, so this is returning true. Okay. Usually what we do, we say functions as methods. So functions and methods are used interchangeably. In Java language, you say the methods. In C++, we say functions, or C language, we say functions. But here in Python, we have this, there are some difference between these functions, methods, and the attributes. There is some where we will say it is a function and where we will say it is a method. Some of the places where you use a particular code, we say it is a function, and some cases we say it is a method, and where we will say as an attribute. Those things will be discussed over here. Usually when you work with Java programming, you might be saying all those are methods. C programming, we say all those are functions. Even in C++, they are called as functions. So look over here what the functions, methods, how they are being defined. Functions will generate work on various objects. So look over here. For example, I have a function bool to change it to boolean. I have a str function to change it to string. I have an integer function to change it to integer. Input function to input. So these are the functions which used independently. I want to pass some arguments over there, which will return some, give some output. These are generally not being used with the object name. That means we do not use object dot something. We can directly invoke the function. Correct? Have you is the Java or C++ is covered in your in the earlier semesters?
Yes, sir. C++ is
So
covered.
C++, there was no Java.
Okay, very good. If C++ Java is covered, you must be knowing that object. So in how a method is invoked, object dot method is invoked, correct? So if a
Yes,
if the same method is for a particular object, that means it is for a particular class. Then those are called the methods. The methods are specific to a particular class of object. If I have a student class which have get data and display functions are defined inside that class, then now we'll say these are methods because those two functions can only be invoked by using the object of the student class. But if you have a static function kind of thing which can be directly, I can have a global function which can be invoked by passing any object. So the methods are specific to a particular class of objects. Methods are specific to a particular class of object. So methods will be written along with the object name. So object dot method, then we have to pass the argument. Object dot method, then in the we have a list of arguments that we can pass. But here what you have? We have a function and I pass some arguments over here. Not necessary that I will have a object dot. But this method is bind with this object. This method is binded with this object. Correct? So I can pass arguments over here. So that you have read in object-oriented programming is encapsulations. The attributes and functions or methods are encapsulated, binded as a single unit. So it's like that. So I cannot invoke this method independently because this belongs to a class of objects only. Correct? Can you differentiate between function and method or not? Is anybody having doubt between function and method?
No, sir.
Oh, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Now look into the attributes. There are attribute is that attribute is something like the variables that you declare in a class. In a student class, you have an integer, roll number, character, name, like that you declare or not. But when you declare these variables, do you directly write that roll number equals to 50? No, you have to write s dot roll. So to access the data members of a class, you have to use object dot that attribute. The way you have to access a function to method, you write object dot method. Similarly, to access a data member of a class, you have to write object dot attribute. Correct? So attributes are also attached to a particular object. Attributes are also attached to a particular object, but they don't take arguments because method take argument, function take arguments. Attribute doesn't take any argument. So this will be assigned. Object dot attribute equals to something. Object student1 dot roll equals to 10. Student1 dot name equals to Rakesh. So we have the object name dot attribute. Attribute is nothing but the data member of a class. The method is nothing but a function belonging to a class. So these two, the method and attributes, belongs to or applicable to a class of objects. These two for a class of objects, where the first one is not for a class of, this is for various objects. It can be applicable for various objects. So there are many string functions that can be applicable. Some of these already we have discussed in our previous slides, but still I will suggest that you take a snapshot of this screen, and for all these functions you check, type, get the output and check of your own that with how it is returning the value. Is it understood what I am saying? Suppose str dot capitalize, you will take a string, suppose str is equal to silicon, you will write str dot capitalize, you will see that all the first character is being capitalized, all other characters are in lowercase. Similarly, you can go for count, find is alnum. Alnum is alphabet or numeric, alphanumeric, either alphabet or numeric. Is alpha, each alnum means alphanumeric. If I give dollar, dollar is not alphanumeric, right? This is alphabet, digit. If it finds the minimum of the string, this returns the maximum of the string. It checks whether it is a space or not. It checks that whether it ends with this string or not, and it returns the number of occurrence of a substring. Correct? So the functions along with its uses, I have already written over here. Take a snapshot. What you will do over here, for each of these string functions, you will check of your own. That is your work. That is your homework. You will at your end, you will take a string str equals to something, then you go for executing all of this. If you face any problem, then you can ask me in the lab class or somewhere in the WhatsApp. You can ask me. Okay. Look into this suppose these strings, suppose I have taken S1, that I have brought 2 chocolates, 2 cookies and 2 cakes. I have brought 2 chocolates, 2 cookies and 2 cakes, correct? Now I want to replace all 2 with 3. So my what is my out? I am expecting the output. I have brought 3 chocolates, 3 cookies and 3 cakes. That is my expected output, correct? So very simple. What I'll write, S2 equals to S1 dot replace. S1 is the object. This is the method, because as I am writing object dot something, object dot a function, that means this is now is a method. So object dot method S1 dot replace 2 with 3. So all occurrences replaces all occurrences. Wherever 2 is there, it will be replaced with 3. So what the output I'll get? I will get the entire string where 2 is being replaced with 3. Just see over here, I typed S2 and you can see over here, this is changed. All 2 are being replaced with 3. But I don't want to replace all these 3 occurrences. I want to replace only the first 2 occurrences or first 3 occurrences or first only 1 occurrence. So in that case, what we will do? Replace 2 chocolates and 2 cookies by 3 chocolates and 3 cookies. I don't want to replace this cake. I want these 2 and these 2 with 3 and 3. See what I am doing? The same command, replace 2 with 3, and this is the number of occurrence. Correct? So simply it will replace 2 with 3 by the only for the first 2 occurrences. So it is, you have the functions are really powerful over here. You do not have to write much lines of code. Simply it will go for replacing the first 2. Correct? So this is the output I'll get 3, 3, but however this is 2 over here. Is it understood? So,
Yes, sir.
so okay, I'll go for maybe these programs. Not get time to explain all this. I will explain those maybe in the lab class. I've kept something over here. Okay, let me do 1 or 2 programs. So suppose
Sir,
yes.
sir, in the replace function, if we pass negative arguments, then it will replace from reverse side. Or
Reverse side, yes, that can be also be done. That can also, if you want to do it from the reverse side, then you have to go to how many positions from the. So if you go for replace, you will find that what are the parameters that it takes. And for better understanding, you will do actually for till now we are doing with the ideal platform, and maybe after 1 or 2 classes I will tell you how to install the Anaconda or Jupyter notebook. So we'll be doing in the Jupyter notebook itself. So if you are installing, if you have installed earlier, if you can install of your own, you install it. Otherwise, I will show you in 1 class that how to install the Jupyter software Anaconda. What is the advantages over there? If you just type S1 dot, it will show you all the functions available. You select the replace, it will show you what are the arguments it takes. So from there only you could able to know that what are the parameters the replace function can take. Now if you want to know that what are the parameters that it can take, you can go for taken help of replace through the you just Google it somewhere, you will get what are the parameters it takes. But if you go using any of the editor like Jupyter or Anaconda or something like that, then it will be easier for you to write. Jupyter is really helpful. Jupyter notebook.
Sir, are those available for Ubuntu or only for Windows?
No, it is for Ubuntu also. Ubuntu it is available, for Windows it is there. Have you installed Ubuntu or what?
Yes, I am using Ubuntu.
So Ubuntu also you can install, but while installing the this Anaconda or any of these Jupyter, if you install Anaconda, the Jupyter will automatically, Jupyter and Spider both will be automatically installed. But that installation is required, some of the commands to be issued so that it will be installed. So that will not very difficult. You just have to update it with your administrative privileges. Sudo minus you will update it, my sudo minus apt update, so that it will update, and then you go for installing. The commands will be given, all those help will be given over there itself. Okay, first let me take the attendance. Go for the doubts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll number 4. 4 is absent. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 is absent. 15, 16, 17, 18, 31. Let me call the absent roll numbers again. Roll number 4, 14 and 31. Roll number 4, 14 and 31. Absent.